it's like 3 in the morning, and I can't sleep, and I'm in kind of a strange zone here, like Hayward. There's my car. Can't really see it, but that's my sleeping quarters, and it has been for a minute because I'm in the middle of really getting a handle on business, which is difficult, and maintaining my minimal ethos and aesthetic. But yeah, it's kind of a strange reality here at midnight with like all these corporations just living on the land, you know, the Arco gas station. So the next video was spiritual guidance. Yeah, the first thing to understand is that like this world that we're in, I mean, even all of reality is essentially just vibrating sound, right? Like, so matter is not real. We think it's real because that's the illusion that we want, right? We want the illusion of control, and we want the illusion of some kind of power. It's based on our envy of the Supreme Person. We come to this world and we fall under the illusion that we are the mind and the body. So the mind is comprised of intelligence and false ego. The intelligence is a faculty to choose between truth and false. The mind is essentially the tape recorder that programs our sensual impressions so that we can access them later and attempt to enjoy. The false ego is the false sense of self, right? That we are the body or the mind. So mind, intelligence, false ego, that's the first subtle layer, right? And they're all material. Intelligence is material because when you really love God, there's no choice of whether you choose, you know, between what is false and what is true. And the mind is false because if you're loving God and you're just acting on the impulse to serve from the voice you're hearing from within, there's no storage of sensual impressions that you could try to enjoy, right? And then obviously the false ego, if you know your ego means self, right? In Greek. So if you know yourself, then there's no chilly out here. There's no sense of the false ego. You're not identifying as the body, right? So that's the first layer that we come under, is essentially the opportunity to choose between truth and falseness, the opportunity to fall under the illusion that you are not spirit, and the faculty, or mind, intelligence, false ego. Yeah, well, I think I'm repeating concepts here. But essentially, yeah. Let's see. The mind is the layer of stored sense gratification. The intelligence is the faculty to choose between identifying as the mind and body or the spirit, and choosing truth or falseness. And the false ego is your decision to identify as the body and the mind or the spirit. So I think that's a pretty clean wrap up. So there you are. So spiritual guidance, you know, you got to understand why you've left your spiritual integrity in the first place, you know. And the reason is because you're envious of the Supreme Person. And because love is the foundation of free will, you are given a circumstance in which to forget, right? This material world. In order to do that, you really have to forget. You have to forget that you're a spiritual entity. So the first layer that the soul is covered up is the subtle, the mind. And from that mental layer comes the physical layer, the gross layer. So you're given a body that is that affords you the ability to enjoy the desires that you're programming, right? So that's where karma and reincarnation comes in. Reincarnation, it means carnal. Carnal means flesh, like again, new flesh, right? So just all reincarnation means is that every 7 years you're getting new flesh. The cells are introduced with food and they're excreted through waste, right? Every 7 years. That's why you don't have a 2-foot tall baby body, because that baby body is long gone. Karma means action. It means good and evil action, essentially. So based on your actions, you're given a body to enjoy, or to suffer within, relatively. But the whole premise is that if you act under the will of God, you are not gaining any good or negative karma. So good karma is not the goal. Like, you do not want to enjoy, because then you're still forgetting God, right? You're still on the plane of ignorance, right? So spiritual guidance, that's a lot. It's a big topic. But I would say the first thing is to understand who you are and who you are not, right? Understand that you're the soul. It's a essence, position, and function. You are the eternal living entity. Your position is the lover of the Supreme Person. And your function is to follow the will of this person, which is what service means, which is love means service. Love isn't an emotion I feel. Oh, I feel something. No. It means service. It means even if I don't want to do it, I do it because this person will be pleased, right? So essentially, this voice is coming to you from within your heart. Your conscience, your intuition is the voice of this person who you've forgotten. So the first step is sincerity. And if you're sincere, this person will enlighten you and show you more, and will guide you to a person, a living person that you can have a relationship with in real time, and can give you some more information, including the Bhagavad Gita, which is a supreme person basically breaking down everything that I'm saying here, in terms of essence, position, and function. So that's called Sadhu Shastra Guru. Sadhu is the saint, Shastra is the relevation of the Supreme Person, and the Guru is the Supreme Person speaking to you from within your heart, right? So either of those two premises will enlighten you on the third, right? If you have a living person and the revelation of God, then it will reveal the Lord in your heart. And if you have the Lord in the heart and revelation of God, it will reveal the person. So in that way, you can know what is true and what is false. It's called the three-legged stool of relevation. You need all three. I mean, if you take one leg away, the stool falls down, right? So you need the revelation of God, the absolute truth, like the whole thing, like all questions answered, nothing left out. Consistency, freedom from absurdity. Then you have the absolute truth. That's the revelation of God. Then you have the saint coming in this disciplic succession, disciplic line, and this person is confirming this truth and is carrying this revelation, which was given to us from the appearance of the Supreme Person on this planet, in our succession at least 5,000 years ago, right? There's millions of different occurrences of the Supreme Person appearing. But in our succession, Bhagavad Gita and Krishna is central to our experience. Okay? So you have the Lord in the heart, right? And you have conscience and intuition. In the Bible, it's called Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's the same thing. Father, Son, Holy Spirit is the same thing as Sadhu Shastra Guru. So there you go, like spiritual guidance. The first thing is to listen to your heart sincerely. If you take one step towards God, God takes 1,000 towards you. And based on your sincerity, you're going to get what you want. If you want to be reestablished in love of God, then you will be, and that's it. It's as uncomplicated as we want to make it. If we want a guide, then a guide will be sent to us based on our sincerity. So that's really it. Spiritual guidance is sincerity. That's it. If you're sincere, this person, the Supreme Person, will run at you full sprint. And if you're not, he won't. He'll let you continue to live in this crazy, manufactured reality, thinking that you're moving within time and space and controlling things, which is an illusion. You're not actually doing anything. Your arms and legs are moved by the demigods instantaneously, to facilitate the illusion, but you, the spirit soul inside the heart chakra, you are not acting. So this whole thing is a big fucking massive charade, man. All of this shenanigans is just a big illusion. Time isn't real either. There's no past and future. It's all just a brilliant mindfuck designed to accommodate your desire to be the controller and manipulator and owner and enjoyer, because you're envious of the Supreme Person. So first you got to know that, know why you're here, know who you are, know who you're not, and then based on your sincerity, the realizations will continue. And the full realization is Sat Chit Ananda, is that the definition of you is Sat, eternal, Ananda, blissful, Chit, knowledgeable, which means you have full bliss and full knowledge always. There's nothing you can learn, ever. You know everything, but you've forgotten it. So it's not a matter of knowledge and knowing, it's a matter of forgetting. It's a matter of removing the layers of ignorance, and that only happens based on your sincerity. So spiritual guidance equals sincerity, and as fast as you want the truth and as fast as you want to live in the truth, it will be revealed to you. And I know that from experience, direct experience. Within 3 months of me coming to a decision that I'd rather leave the planet, leave the body, than live in ignorance. And within 3 months I found my teacher, and he was a biblical Vedic scholar, and that was it. So I know that if a person's sincere, then they'll receive the full truth and be reinstated back to their essential eternality, joy, and knowledge. Thank you.